Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. I am Everardo Resendiz, known around here as Coach Ever, and I am a certified executive and business coach at Action Coach in Northwest Louisiana. Today, I have Irina Haas um, as my guest, and we're going to be talking about the business, the journey to business ownership, the challenges, best practices, share a peek into what it's really like to build and operate a business. If this is your first time on the channel, please be sure to like and subscribe to get notifications when we drop new conversations just like this one. And so, Irina, welcome. Thank you for being here today.
Hey, thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
Would you introduce your business to us, please? Share a little bit of what does it do, and tell us a little bit about you and your business.
Okay, so my name is Irina. As you can probably hear from my accent, I'm originally from Germany. My husband and I, we own Gladiator Men's Health. It's a clinic that specializes in whatever middle-aged men need. Like it starts from hair restoration to sexual function treatments to low T treatment, even cancer screening, weight loss, everything, that middle-aged men need.
So, what got you into that business in the first place?
Well, it was really a passion project of my husband. He is a physician by trade, and his background is oncology. And since he is middle-aged as well, we have a lot of middle-aged male friends. So it was really the passion and the passion for change that drove us to the business. As I said, he is the medical part of the operation, and I'm the business part. My background is international management. I went to business school in Germany. Then I moved to the US and worked for two US companies. So I gained some knowledge in how to operate a business, but it was always dream to actually open my own business. And together with my husband, who is basically the complementary part, who does the medical part of the business, I think we started something successful here.
Awesome. And so, tell us a little bit more about the role that you play in the business. You're the business partner of these, the business portion of it.
Yeah.
What does that mean in practice?
So I really wear many hats since we are a very small business. I'm not only the HR person, but I'm also the sales manager. I'm the recruiter. I do the payroll. I'm the liaison with our CPA. So it's really everything that the business needs. I was also the one who went to the city of Bossier and registered the business. So I really started the business from scratch.
And so when you look at your role, and of course, given that what we're trying to do is kind of give a glimpse of what it's like, um, there's always that part of a business that has to do with the operation, right? That's like,
Mhm.
the sales, the marketing part, the providing the services, all these things that have to do with, personnel recruitment, all these things. And we consider that to be part of in the business, like the operations part. And then we have the part that is on the business that has to do with more the strategizing. Where are we going? How are we going to get there? What
Yeah.
different services we need to be able to tap onto the future, et cetera, et cetera. How much of your role nowadays is spent on these, like percentage wise, in the business and on the business?
Well, in my case, I think the operation is the heavier side because I'm really the one who oversees the daily operations and also oversees the staff. My husband and I, we actually do have strategic meetings. Since it's a medical background and I don't really understand that part of the business, if there is like new services that we would implement, or if we decide, okay, what do we or what are we planning on doing to grow? What services are we going to offer? How are we going to reach new markets? This is really strategic meetings where I need my husband too. So this is really, a joint project for us.
So
But
when
I,
you're
I
on
would
the
say
business,
the majority of what I do is operations.
okay. So when it's on the business, it really involves both of you. You both are taking that load.
Yes.
Okay,
Whereas
very good.
he's not really involved in, I mean, he's involved in recruiting of the providers, but I'm involved in recruiting and payroll of the other employees that we have. He also isn't really involved in the purchasing. He is involved a little bit in the marketing part, like the website presentation, the generation of the logo, all these details. But the majority of the business operations is me.
It falls on your shoulders. And it's
Yeah, so
I
he's
assume
basically
a
the
good load.
medical director, and he has to make sure the protocols are correct. But, this is the medical part of it, where I take care of the rest, basically. Yeah.
All right. And so you did mention that your market is a middle-aged man. We're talking what between what 35 and 60? What's
35 plus, yeah, probably at least until 60, 65.
all
Yeah.
right. And so there's a lot of us out there, right? Um,
Lots of mail, yes.
and so I'm sure you have the picture of your ideal client. If I was in the audience, how will I know that I'm a good fit for you, for your business?
Yeah. Well, really, if you're 35 plus, you probably struggle a little bit with weight loss. Maybe your hair is not as full as it used to be. Maybe in the bedroom, there's some smaller issues coming. And this is how you know we can help you. Like all these services that start 35 plus is addressed by Gladiator Men's Health.
All right. And so, are there other people that are offering these suite of services? Are you the only one in the area?
Yes, so thankfully we're really the only brick and mortar office in Shreveport, Bossier that offer this kind of service. There is other places that offer very similar services that we do, probably in major cities like Houston or Dallas. There's also a couple of online companies like that purely do it through telehealth. But I would say at least in a radius of 50 miles, we are the only ones.
You're the only ones. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, I know that as a whole suite of services, you may be the only ones, but there are other people offering perhaps portions of those services around here, right? So if
Yes.
I was concerned about my receding hairline, right, and I wanted to see that, why will I choose to go to see you rather than another hair clinic?
So what I think is our big advantage is that we have the comprehensive approach. Like most of the time, our patients don't come only in with one problem. They want to be examined, or what are other ways where we could help them. And for us, we are basically a one-stop shop for other problems you might also have. So we can look at you as a whole person and not just look at your receding hairline. We could also help you with other services. And I think the biggest advantage is that my husband's background is oncology, so we will do it in a very safely manner.
Love it. Love it. Okay. And so, what is one thing that you wish more people knew about your business?
I really think actually people knew that there is a place that existed. I think in the healthcare industry, at least in the private pay part of the healthcare industry, the majority of the businesses are catered towards women. All the med spas, they usually cater to females. But I really would like to get the word out that there's actually a place where men can feel comfortable. We only have male providers, where they can be comfortable and talk about their problems. And it's also different than a primary care or a urologist. They usually don't have time to listen to the smaller things, to the things that are not really problems yet, just things that may need a little improvement. And this is where we, bridge the gap. This is what we do. This is what we're here for.
And so that leads me to the marketing conversation, right? It's something that is vital
Mhm.
and every business needs to be working on, but it's often an area that many business owners struggle with. And so I'm always curious about how what successful businesses are doing. Like, is there a structure for marketing? Is there a budget for it? How do you choose where to perhaps invest more or do more, act more?
So in the beginning, we were thinking, of course, we have a marketing budget, and we were thinking what would be the best thing to, or the best channel to market to our audience. So we started with a big TV campaign right when we opened. That was last year in June. So June of 2024, we had a TV segment with KTBS. Then we also do social media, of course, and Google sponsored content. And what is actually really working well for us is the radio. We work with both stations here in Shreveport, and one of the radio hosts is actually our patient. So he talks from his own experience, and I think this is one of the best things. So they hear it from a popular host, and they probably trust him, or at least I hope they do. And they hear his experience, how he improves his performance or his hair
Whatever it is
growth
that he's going.
and all the things. So I think this is really helpful for us. And also, we have a lot of patients that then send friends. So word of mouth, and I mean, word of mouth is really the best because it's first-hand experience and it's free. So that is what we hope, that people share their experiences and then bring their brothers and friends and golf buddies.
I got you. Okay, well, we spent some time already focused on some of these and the nucleus of what you do. I'd love to step back a little bit and dive into the journey a little bit more. Like, why did you choose to go into business for yourself as opposed to working for someone else? And what was that transition like for you?
Yeah, well, it was a really very personal journey. So as I told you, I came to the US from Germany and I worked for two German companies. One was in Houston, the other one was here in Shreveport. And I really loved it. And my plan was also to not really leave that. It was a great company with great benefits, a lot of great coworkers. But then I met my husband and we decided to have kids. And since we have no support system here, like my husband is originally from Egypt. That's where his parents are. My parents are in Germany. So there was really no realistic way that I would be able to go back to work full time. So at that time, my husband decided to go back to the oncology fellowship, and he started a business basically to support us financially. This is Hope Recovery Clinic. So
Mm,
at Hope Recovery Clinic, I started, processes are processes. So I started in the administration, helped a little bit, and we were able to grow the business really well. There was a business manager, and when he had some family emergencies that he had to take care of, I stepped in. And also my kids were a little bit older, started daycare then, so I was a little bit more flexible. And what I really love the most about it is when you work for somebody, there, especially in my level, like I was not a manager really, so I didn't have a lot of influence. So there were a lot of decisions where I thought, okay, if this was my business, I would have done that a little bit differently. And
yes.
so this is where I thought, okay, you work for yourself. If something goes wrong, there's only one person to blame, and that is you. But also, if there is great success, there's also only one person to thank, and that would also be you. In addition, I really love the flexibility. So, for me, it doesn't matter if I do the purchasing or the payroll in the morning. I could also technically do it in the evening when the kids are in school. I mean, when the kids are out of school or in bed. And I love this flexibility. So there is no other job here that I could have with my skills that would really give me the flexibility to schedule the work as I would want it. In addition, I really like to go back to Germany and see my family. So with all the things that we have to do in this business, almost everything is in the cloud. So I can work remotely from Germany and the business does not fall apart while I'm not even physically there. And these are two things, like the flexibility and being my own boss, that are so invaluable for me, and I would never change it. Like even if there's a lot of difficult things every day, but I'd rather deal with that than having somebody tell me what to do, honestly.
Oh, I can relate to that. It's certainly one of the main reasons people look to do their own thing is to have control of their
Yeah.
life, right? And so, congratulations. It seems like what you're doing is working well. And so, as you look back at the journey thus far, what has been the most memorable roadblock that or hurdle that you were challenged with and you had to overcome?
I think specifically for Gladiator now, um, since we were the only, or since we are the only business providing these kind of services in our area, we thought that the demand would be higher. So we expected that the business would pick up faster. Like we are slowly growing, but very slowly. We expected it to be quicker. And I feel like it is very, very difficult to get mail into the door. Like mails are just a little different. And the reason I say that is because I have my husband as an example, my dad, my brother, like they don't really go to preventative care appointments. They only go see a doctor when there's a problem already. And I think this is yeah, a common problem.
Yeah, I mean, I will probably say that I can relate to that too. It almost goes with the male psyche that you have to be solid regardless, and so
Yeah, exactly.
it's very difficult to overcome that. So I
Yeah.
get that. And so, what has been the impact of these in your growth as a business owner? What has that forced you to change?
What exactly do you mean? Like,
Having these
um,
uh,
I mean,
heard
we,
of
we are
these.
just trying to be very consistent, offering the services that we do. We increased the marketing, of course, just to get the word out. We also ask the patients, our current patients, to leave us Google reviews, at least that people see that we take care of them and that we are not, yeah, just trying to get their money, but we're really trying to help them. And I think it's, yeah, the passion that my husband and I have for this business that, slowly gets more people in the door. But it's difficult. It's difficult.
It is always difficult, and you see that the problem is that most people in business think that you basically hang your shingle and the business comes your way. It takes
Yeah,
work. It
it's
takes some
not
real
like
work.
this.
And so
Yeah.
let's move forward and let's leap ahead and say, okay, where do you see this going in the next 3 to 5 years?
I really think this is more patient driven. So I think whatever the patients are really looking for, there's a lot of changes in healthcare in this regard. For instance, with weight loss, there's always new medications coming out. Also with peptide therapy, there's always new products coming out, new therapies, new indications that we can use. What I could also imagine that we may integrate an aesthetic part of the business a little bit, because I know that men are also concerned about their looks, like not only with hair, but maybe also with, wrinkles. And I think we also want to focus on the telehealth market.
All right, all right. And so what has been your approach to goal setting? Like how many goals do you set at a time? Do you document them? What's the time frame
Oh
that you
yeah.
give yourself?
So, this is very funny you ask the questions because this was drilled when I was at university. This was drilled into our brain. Goals have to be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, blah, blah, blah. And my husband and I, we actually have an Excel list, our action item list. And we review this usually, yeah, we try every other week, but most of the time it's every 3 or 4 weeks. And we go through this action item list and see what we need to do, like that is marketing measures or new protocols or updated protocols that need to be done, um, investments that we are going to do, or what budget are we going to set aside for new machines or new procedures that we want to offer. And yeah, so it's achievable results. We have a budget. Usually there is a timeline. So yeah.
You follow a good process to make sure that you're staying on track. And so
Oh, trust me, I learned my lessons.
when thinking of the future of the business, I feel it's always important to talk about, the topic of building a great team. And that's paramount for your business to continue operating regardless of who's there, right? And so
Yeah.
how do you describe the leadership that you take in the business and how has it changed over the years?
I think my approach is towards empowerment and collaboration because this is what I learned in my previous corporate life. I think the most successes were done when there was a team, when it was a team effort, because everybody brings different skills to the table. So I really think that the collaborative approach is the best. And this is what we also do in our business. Everybody brings in different perspectives, and I think this is how we make the most out of the service that we offer to our patients here.
Very good.
And then
Very good.
the majority of the providers that we have here, as I said, we would like to have male providers. They're also middle-aged, so they can relate very well. Um, and the medical community here is a small one. So all the providers that we have, my husband knew them from his medical life before. So he knew that they are very skilled, that they're very good with patients, that they have a passion for what we are doing. And I think this passion transfers to the patient, and they will see that we really do something with a purpose here.
Love it. I love it. Well, we have certainly covered a lot of ground in this conversation. And so for those people who are watching, I highly encourage you to save these and come back a few times for an additional watch. There's a lot of great nuggets here. And so as we begin to wrap up, I have a few rapid fire questions. Okay. So quick top of head answers for each. What is the key to success to you?
It's really perseverance and passion. Never give up and follow your dream.
What is your one piece of advice for other business owners?
Um, I think when you stay true to your vision, the success will come automatically because you will put all your efforts into it. And I think people will see that.
And what is one book that you are reading right now or you have read that you will recommend people in business to, get a hold of and
I'm
go through?
actually reading a really, really good book right now, which is helping me a lot. I have not finished it yet, but I have it here. It's called The E-Myth Revisited: Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work, and What to Do About It by Michael E. Gerber. My brother, who is a business owner in Germany, recommended it when I was there over Christmas, and then I got it for myself. And I wish I had read the book earlier.
Right?
It distinguishes between the business owner who is part entrepreneur, part manager, and part technician. And you have to combine like every one of these three pulls you in different directions. And the problem is to combine all of the three of them is basically impossible. And I see myself a lot as the manager and technician at the same time, whereas my husband is probably more the entrepreneur. So it's very, very interesting. So I'm learning a lot.
All right. So if you have to choose only one area that your business will immediately improve tomorrow, what will that be?
I think it's probably our digital infrastructure. I mean, we already have a good medical record system. However, it does not integrate into our website. So it is very difficult for patients to book online. I mean, they could technically book online, but it does not transfer in our medical records in the calendar. So I wish there would be an easy fix for that. I wish.
All right. Well, we maybe can refer you to some people that can help you with that. But before we get into the final question of the day, how can others learn more about you and the company? How can they get in touch with you guys?
So they can find us on all the social media platforms, Facebook, or Instagram. It's Gladiator Men's Health. They can also visit our website at gladiatormenshealth.com, or they just give us a call or text us at 318-754-6551.
Outstanding. And so the final question of the day, Irina, what is the most inspiring thing for you today?
Um, it's really the stories that you like, the successful stories that you hear from our patients. That really makes me going. This is our purpose, and it makes me proud that we can help people.
Outstanding. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing all these with us. Thank you to the audience for watching and sharing these. You never know who you might inspire by listening to this interview. Make it a great day. Until next time.
Thank you so much. Bye.